Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so excited because many of us have had a chance to go to our corporate convention in Anaheim, and we are on cloud nine. I'm telling you, it was just a treat. I really can't even explain it. It was just awesome, and it just continues to raise our belief level in our company, in our founder. There was so much. You probably got, if you watched it virtually, you know what I mean. But there are excerpts that have been emailed to us that you enjoy some of those. But we're going to try to accomplish and share some of those highlights tonight. But for those of you who are on this call for the first time, this is the Power Six call. It's a call that we get together on every Wednesday night, unless there's a reason we have to cancel the call. And we get together to share strategies. We get together to share mindset, recognition, just things that we do to encourage each other, to make sure that no one is left behind. Specifically, the people that get on this call are not the ordinary people. So you should feel very special, because the fact that you're on this call simply means you're motivated, you're self-motivated, you're determined, you want to know what to do, you're excited, and you're focused on your business. So congratulations for making it to the call. And what I'm going to do is I've got a lot of information to share tonight. So I'm going to have to go ahead and get into the PowerPoint so that we can cover as much as we can. I hope I can cover everything. I talk pretty fast, but I don't want to do that. I want to make sure, wait a minute. Yeah, I want to make sure that we get a chance to elaborate on things. So once again, the title of this call is called The Power of Six. And the Power of Six started simply to make sure that people understood the power of our compensation plan. It's so lucrative, but most people don't even recognize that. So I had to break it down, and I'm not sharing that right now, but just know that the Power Six simply shares with you a simple, duplicatable system of enrolling 6 partners in order to maximize the binary plan and matching bonuses. In other words, we simplified the structure and the process that you have to go through to get to the top of the company. There was always 6 people that had to be in place, and that's what that was about. Now, we've got a new compensation plan that just launched this Monday. I'm gonna try to share some highlights with you, but it's no structure involved. That's a beautiful thing, but there's some other things about it too. It's very, very detailed. So we're going to try to make it clear as much as we can tonight. So start with this. I want you to know that we want to finish this year strong. According to Steve Merritt, we should anticipate these next 2 months, all the way through the end of the year, as being the strongest 2 months of our career with LifeWave. I mean, we're just excited, you guys. So much is going on. And so we're going to cover updates from the National Convention. We're going to cover comp plan enhancements and strategies and announcements, okay? Okay, move on to our computers just... There we go. So the first thing I want to talk about is one of the enhancements to our compensation plan. Many people, when they hear about this, they say, well, can I just try it for 1 month, or can I just be a customer, and you give them the option? So I won't go through the details of that, but this is what the company is saying. This is important. Most people, when we, under our previous plan, when a person was a customer, they got a sleeve of X39, you received 43 points. You received $20 if they were a preferred customer. If they're a retail customer, you receive $50. But whether they're retail or whether they're preferred, now you're going to get 77 points for that same X39 sleeve. So those 77 points, it's going to cost a person, let's say a preferred customer, $100. So this is what the new enhancement says. It's called the customer premium bonuses. I think, let me see what it says. Looking up here. Yeah, customer premiums. And so let's say that you have 1,200 points, like those 77 points that's associated with X39. Let's say you have anywhere between 300 and 599 points, adding all your customers together. The company is saying, we're going to give you 5% of whatever that volume is. If you have anywhere from 600 to about 1199, 10%, and 1,200 points or more, you're going to get 20%. So now, if you got 1,200 points, you're going to get an additional 20%, $240 on top of what you already are earning in the binary, I mean, on the customers. You would, unless you had 20 customers, that's $400 that you would already receive. But now you're going to get another 20%. So that's another 240. So in other words, $740. That's pretty amazing knowing you're going to get that extra money. Okay. I'm going to move fast because it's a lot to cover. The next bonus, I am really excited about this bonus because I didn't understand it. I wasn't sure about it at first. Let me move this out of my way. I'm going to move this. The level earning bonus. Let me tell you something about the level earning bonus. The level earning bonus simply says every person in your downline that's active. Think about this. Just through three levels, okay? Like somebody you enrolled and then they enroll someone and then they enroll somebody. That's 3 levels. As long as the person is active, you're going to get an extra percentage whenever they place an order. Now, in order to participate in this bonus, all you have to do is be an active brand partner. However, you know, as your rank goes up, 1-star manager, 2-star manager, all the way up to 3-star director, you'll start getting 5% on the 1-star. If you're a 1-star manager, this is you right here. This line right here represents your rank. So if you're a 1-star manager, that means the people that you personally enroll, you're going to get 5%. And the people and let's say, for example, one of the people you enrolled, they didn't place an order this month. It's going to skip over that person and go down to the person that they enroll, and that person will move up to your first level. But if, say, for example, you're a 1-star director, you're going to get paid 7% on the orders that the people that you personally enroll, the orders that the people they enroll, which will be your second level, and 1% on the third level. We didn't have this at first. We never had this bonus. So that alone is going to put more money into your account, okay? So after you hit 3-star director, it's all the way to the top is 7% on the first level, 5% on the third. So the higher you go, in other words, they're breaking these ranks down. We're not going to be called managers anymore, directors anymore. There's 1, 2, and 3-star, 1, 2, and 3-star. But it's going to be an incentive for you to get to the next level. So that's a whole nother group of people that you're getting paid on as far as matching bonuses on their personal orders, okay? All their customers as well as their personal orders. Now, next bonus called the binary commission. It's a little bit different than what we have now. In order to get a binary commission, you must now be a 3-star manager. And what the company is going to do is take the volume that's on your weakest leg. You have to have at least 300 points sitting there, but they're going to take 5% of that and you're going to get a bonus. That's your binary commission. Your 1-star director gets 7%. The 3-star, 2-star director gets 9%. It goes up. By the time you get to 3-star director, all the way to the top position, you start getting 10%. So you want to really, really work to at least get to 3-star manager, or you won't even get a binary commission. So this is why I say set a goal to get to the 3-star manager position and to qualify for binary commissions. That means that you have 2,500 points and you have at least 110 personal volume. Okay. And you have to have 2 separate legs. In other words, you got to have 2 people that you personally enroll that are generating at least 1,000 points. There's some specifics here. And let me tell you why. I'll just tell you why. There are people, if I'm understanding this correctly, that are just managers in our company, but just because they came into the company so early, you know, that binary pays to infinity. I mean, I know that on my right side, there's, I don't know what it is now because they've changed the plan, but it was almost 50 million points sitting there. And then on my left side, like there are people that still have 1 million points because they never collected the money. And so think about this. If somebody has been in a company a long time and all these people keep falling under them, they're making money. I don't know what rank they're, but there's some people I understand making $2 million a year, and they're not really doing anything to deserve it. They're not putting forth any effort. So what this is doing is forcing people to start building and helping build a business. Okay. Now, let me see the mentor matching bonus. This is very, very exciting. Would you rather get a bonus on someone but you know how we had the 25% on the first level, 20 on the second, and 20% on the third. Those are people that were in your enroller tree, and then they brought people in and so forth. And then let's say the person you personally enroll, you know, their volume, I mean, or whatever their binary commission is. Let's say their binary commission was $500 this week. Would you rather get a binary commission on a person that makes $500 a week in the binary, or binary or a matching bonus on a person who is making $3,000 a week in the binary? Well, think about it. And so these ranks here, if you're a one-star director, that means that someone on your first level who is at least a one-star director, they have to be at least a one-star director for them for you to get a bonus on them. It can't be somebody that's just a manager. It has to be, in other words, you're going to start getting paid matching bonuses on people that are making more money. And that's what they've designed this to do. You become a two-star director. Now you get matching bonuses on 2 generations. But keep in mind, all of these people are at least a one-star director. So they're making some money. They're making more money than a manager. And it just keeps going up all the way to 20% if you are a one-star presidential. 3-star executives get 18%. You know, it just keeps going. And then the deeper you go, the more you're going to get as well. So you can see how exciting this. So let me tell you, the mentorship bonus is a combination of the level earnings bonus that I just told you about, where you're getting matches on people on your first 3 levels that are active, and your binary commissions. You add those 2 together, and then they take a percentage of that. How cool is that? So this is another bonus that's been added. So now I want you to know there's some enhancements when it comes to recognition. So let me just try to pull up this slide. I hope I can do this, because let's see. Okay, there we go. I hope you all can see this. Can you see this, Derek? Because sometimes I mess up. Derek, can you see this? Derek?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you.
It's kind of light.
So it's kind of light, but this is emailed to us, and it's talking about the, well, let me see, I think this was emailed to us, and so you should have received an email recently. So you know, basically manager, 1, 2, and 3-star manager are what we've always been getting, some kind of pin and certificate, and there's gonna be social media recognition as well as conference recognition for those people. Now, when you become a 1-star director, something really exciting happens. Not only do you get all the things you received as a manager, now you're going to get a $500, something called a breakthrough bonus, something we'd never had before. Just because you hit director previously you didn't get a $500 bonus. So what this is saying is there's going to be $500. You're going to get $250 the first week, and you're going to get the other $250 once you maintain 1-star director for 4 weeks, and they do not have to be consecutive. They give you a whole year, 52 weeks to maintain 1-star director. 1-star director is not that hard to do. I can't remember the volume. 5,000, I think it's 5,000 points, 5,000 in volume. And if you can maintain that, you're gonna get that money. That's extra. Okay, isn't that cool? 2-star director. Watch this. Not only are you gonna get you're gonna get in all this other stuff, you're gonna get a Lifeway branded away tote bag, or a Lifeway branded away backpack. I'll show you the pictures of these in a minute. That's cool too, okay? But then as you go on to 3-star director, you get more, you get the whole carry-on. So you got 3 pieces of luggage now as well, and that's the 3-star director. Now, when you get to be executive, here's something cool that happens. You get a $5,000 bonus. We never got these before. I can't get it because I've already passed that rank. I'm just really frustrated that I didn't get that $5,000. But you do get a crystal, executive award. You get access to the VIP lounge. The VIP lounge at the conference is pretty cool because they have refreshments in there. You get to take pictures, professional pictures, and you get to sit and then you also get VIP seating at the conference when you become a one-star executive. That's pretty exciting as well. Now, all of these volumes and stuff, you've got the comp plan in your back office. So I'm not going over all the volumes, but I'm just telling you, two-star executive, you get a free trip for two to the headquarters in Utah. You get to stay at a resort, a mountainside resort, for 4 days, 3 nights for you and a guest. Okay, that's pretty cool as well. I'm turning the screen down because I don't know if y'all can see it. So I'm just trying to, okay. And then the 3-star executive, they literally come to your home. They come to your city and they do a special dinner, and all of your, leaders get to come to this dinner. So they treat you pretty special when you hit 3-star executive, you guys. I know that one is 250,000 points. So that's pretty high. But I do remember the 2-star executive is 100,000 points. Okay. Then you go on, see this, what, they're just showing this picture of some kind of dinner. Okay, presidential, it goes on up, 1-star presidential. This is where you get a $50,000 bonus. There are people that are in other network marketing companies that already got a downline. They can literally come over here. Not only are they going to get all these bonuses along the way, but they literally can do this and bring their organization. I know somebody right now that just came over and quit whatever they were doing to come over to Lifeway, that they could easily get this $50,000 bonus because they had a large organization. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is going to appeal. People are doing this. And of course, the 2-star presidential, they get a Cartier pendant or bag, and they get $75,000. They treat you good when you get way up there. And then I think it's a 3-star presidential. You get a Rolex watch, his or hers, a set for men and women, and you get $100,000 bonus. Let me move on down so you can see these. You see, here's the Cartier pendant. They say or bag. I think, where was that? I saw it on there. But anyway, here's the Rolex watch. That you get all these experiences when you come presidential. But let me see if I can. That's look like the mountainous retreat or whatever. Yeah, some kind of retreat that you get to go to if you get to go to the home office. So here's the bag. It's the, here's the luggage, the carry-on, the tote bag or the backpack. You get one of those, so it's 2 pieces. And then you get these luxury gifts as presidential. But knowing that Lifeway wants us to feel very, very special when we accomplish something in the company. Okay, so let me get back to my PowerPoint. Now, we also have a tool. I see it spinning, when you pull up your back office or even website, it's spinning across, and it's called LifeWave Now. It's an app. It uses AI to streamline the enrollment process as well as a tool for social media. Now, they say that we are the first MLM to provide a tool for business partners to be guided to launch their business with an AI experience. Lifeway has provided a special section just for this as a team. Now, they also have a part of it where, like, if you wanted to post something on Facebook, it's going to make sure that what you're saying is compliant. If what you're about to post is not compliant, see, if you use the app to do it, is what I'm saying. You can go post some on Facebook anytime you want to, but if you use this tool, it's going to post. You can post it on Instagram, Facebook or other apps, and it's going to make sure that what you're about to post is compliant. Then you don't have to worry about it. But it's pretty cool. It's a lot more than what I'm saying. But if you go and look at the details that are on your back office, you can see all of that kind of stuff. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the business launch bonus. This is very, very important. You see, when we get started you know, that's the most exciting time, excited you will be, because you're so excited to hear about it. You're going to just start telling everybody. The company is going to reward you if you could go ahead and hit 1-star manager. Do you know 1-star manager is only 750 points? Let's say you came in with an advance, that's 300 points. Let's say you signed up 2 more advanced, now you're at 900 points. That's easy to become a 1-star manager. If that person becomes a 1-star manager in their first week, they're going to get $25. And because you're their enroller, you're going to get a match of $12.50. But if they kind of do it again, and let's say the people that they enroll go and enroll, you know, advanced or whatever, and double the volume you just accumulated, now you're going to get they're going to get $50 for 9 weeks in a row. As long as they maintain that volume and nobody quits or whatever, that's $50, and you're going to get a match of $25. So now this will be everybody you enroll. Let's say you've just enrolled 5 people, and you make sure all of them, you know, we've talked about this. You want to launch your people. You want everybody you personally enroll to launch their business. I like to launch 2 calls per week for the next 2, for your first 2 weeks. Hopefully you will accumulate a lot of customers or a few customers, as well as generate yourself enough volume to get to 2-star manager. So if that's a brand new person, they're going to make $450. You're going to match them and get $225. But if you enroll 5 people, that's over about $1,100. And so this is good for people that say, "What? I'm not making any money," whatever. This is just based on you just taking action fast. That's all that means. If you do 4 launch calls, you would definitely, I mean, I don't, as long as you get some people on the call, we're going to close them for you. You should be able to do this bonus. All right, next thing is I think I already talked about this. The breakthrough bonuses, I talked about this. 500 as a 1-star director, 5,000 as a 1-star executive, 50,000 as a 1-star president. These are bonuses that you're getting for hitting these ranks, okay? You're going, like I said, you're going to get part of it the first week, and the part 1 the first week, and then maintain that rank for 4 more weeks within a 52-week period to receive part 2. That's pretty cool. Now I want to have some fun, you guys. Let me tell you something. This incentive trip right here is going to catapult your business, because first of all, they have really, let me see if I think I have this is the trip to Honolulu, okay? And you can start qualifying for that this past Monday, 2 days ago. And you got all the way to February 22nd to qualify for the trip, right? Now, you only got to get 75 points to qualify, but you're not going to get the airfare with that. But if you get 100 points, it's going to include your airfare. You know, it's expensive to fly to Hawaii. If you get 125 points, you can take another person with you. And if you get 150 points, both of your airfare is included. So let me stop here, because I think I have this, get back to, oh Lord, what happened to my, there we go. Okay, so this form right here, which is the tracker, you go to thisisitteam.com. Please write that down. That's our team site for building a business. Go to thisisitteam.com. Click on downloads. It's under the little bar, 3 bars. And click on that, and click on downloads, and look for the Hawaii, tracker. So look how exciting this is. Let's say you're a manager, and anywhere between manager, director, you can maintain, it could be 1, 2, or 3-star man, doesn't matter. As long as you got 750 points, you're a 1-star manager. If you maintain that rank for 17 weeks, because that's how many weeks that it is, you're going to get 17 points. If you're executive all the way up to presidential, you're going to get I think it's going to be 2 points. They don't say it here, but I think let me see. Yeah, you get 2 points every week. So you really could get 34 points if you're at that rank, okay? Now, if you personally rank up, let's say you're a 1-star manager. Remember we talked about you have 750, you just got started, 750 points. Did you realize you're going to get 5 points just from hitting 1-star manager? And then if you hit 2-star manager, you're going to get another 5 points. That's easy. That's 1,500 points. If you get to be 3-star manager, that's just a little bit more volume. You're going to get another. If you make it to 3-star manager within these 17 weeks. You're gonna get 17 points just on yourself. If you're right, I know people right now on this call that are 1-star director. If let's say they're 3-star manager and they get to 1-star director, that's 13 points. They're giving us a whole lot of points, y'all. There's really no reason for anybody to put any little bit of effort to this to qualify for these points. Then let's say you enroll somebody. I'm supposed to be enrolling this lady today. We just haven't caught up with each other. She's going to be a premium. So if you add core, advanced, it always 8 points when somebody becomes a premium. And she's already ready to do her own house party. If she, I'm sure you don't never know what somebody's going to do. But let's just say that she gets to 3-star manager. 2, 3, that's 5, that's 10 points for her being a 3-star manager. And it's not even a maintaining. If she hits it, that's 10 points plus her being a premium. That's 18 points for that one person. Do you see how these points are going to add up really quickly? Okay, so this is very, very exciting, you guys. I would love to see at least on our team, at least 100 people that show up to Honolulu. All you got to do is decide and just listen. Get back with start going through your organization and getting to people that maybe have gone inactive. They may not have gone out of the system, but they are they're inactive and said, listen, you need to get back active, because there's, he's talking about the level 1 bonus, level 1 and 2 and 3 bonus. There's people that under you that you could be getting matches on and you're getting paid. But just let them know we got 9 ways of pay now. And, let's revisit. You sure you don't want to make this, whatever. I'm going back and finding people that I've enrolled there still active, placing an order every month. But I'm going to go back and see, do you want to win this trip to Hawaii? We never did a launch call for you. Do you want to do a launch? Because I'm talking about this person came in with a premium. He came in with a premium, places an order every single month. This was like in February that he came in the premium. I'm going to say, do you want to reach? This is a good way to get people engaged. Do you want to win this trip to Hawaii? Let's do some launch calls. Get some people, they can get to manager, director. Do you see how lucrative those points are? Because the higher you go, the more points there are. Okay. So I'm really excited about this. And I hope our goal is to take 100 people on our team at least. Okay. Now, this is something that has been on the Digital Alliance site for a while, but I know I haven't been promoting like I should, but we're going to have a leadership call tomorrow. Some of the leaders. And we're gonna be planning this, but this is our regional conference. It's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, the weekend of December 5th and 6th. And if you ever been to one before, you know that on that Friday we do training for managers and above. I'm talking about intense training. Then the Saturday is an all-day event. We're gonna have a sort of like a fellowship type thing that Friday, like a party type of atmosphere with food and stuff like that. And this right now, these tickets are $59. And it says here that it's going to extend through October 31st, which is Friday. But I've already asked Lynn to extend it 1 more week because we haven't really promoted it like we should. So through November the 7th, I believe that will be next Friday. You can get these tickets for $59. After that, it's going to be $79. But it is going to be a very, very special event. You guys, I'm telling you, I know that we always say this, but this is going to be a very, very special event. Think about bringing in the new year. Think about the new people that you have on your team, and if they can come out that weekend and they're going to learn a whole lot, because we have some excellent trainers on our team. Okay, that's something. Okay, what did I just do? All right, then we want to talk about house parties or home parties. We used to call them private business receptions. So when you first get started, like the lady I just talked about, I already talked to her about these parties. I want her to make her list, especially the people that she's the closest to, get them over, because that in-person, Steve talked about on our team training call right after that. It was I think it was the 19th when we did, or the 18th when we did our team training. We did the training at 1 o'clock. And then right after that, our team got on a training. Steve really emphasized the home parties. And the home party provides a more intimate experience, and you can patch people. Had a couple that stopped at my house early today. The man, something going on with his back fusion in his disc and all this kind of stuff. And I will just tell the truth. I put the ice wave on him. He got, seemed like it was about 10 seconds because I was trying to find the right spot. 10 seconds later, he got up, started walking around because he said, yeah, my pain is at level 6. That pain was gone. He couldn't believe it. He started doing squats in my kitchen. That's what happens when somebody's at a party. They walk in and they, oh my God, I feel this, a few minutes later, they feel really good. Okay, so let's really, and I'm willing, and to help some people. If you live in the Atlanta area and your sponsor is not here, we got to utilize our leadership. We don't feel like you got to skip all the way up to a SBD, which is no longer called an SBD, to get to do a 3-way with you. You got leadership. If you got leadership that's there, they are very well prepared to do your parties. Okay, so there's plenty of us out there to do it. So anyway, let me see what time it is now. We've got about 24 minutes left. And I want, Derek, I know I've already made you a co-host, but I'm gonna see if I can unmute some other people, because I would love for some people to come on here, because I think Kelly is on here. And I want some people to come on here. I want to make James Thompson a co-host. I'm gonna, if I make you a co-host, you're more than welcome to come on here and share what you got from your convention, because people need to know this right here. Make Monica a co-host. Come on here and share with everybody how what your experience was, what you took away from the convention. You want to start with you, Derek?
Sure, why not? Why not? I tell you that my experience has been, well, one of the first things they did for me is, I mean, I was already, all in and, till the wheels fall off. But when you see how much investment that David Schmidt and the company has made in our success, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. First and foremost, the amount of money he put back in to ensure that people who were in but not earning, so more people can have success sooner. And because we know that in this type of business, every week somebody's not making money, they that closer to leaving. So they implemented and modified the compensation plan so that for the first 6 to 8 weeks or so, they're going to be earning something. Because some people have been in companies for years and not earned any money. So that's going to help build everybody's teams. He started out on Friday. He started out talking about Genesis and how we were created, and he's spending a lot of his time trying to figure out how people used to live for 920 years. So you could imagine the kind of research and the type of things that he's doing, to ensure that we have success and also to make it even better. The other thing that really captured me is the fact that not only did we have training every day, but 3 nights he brought in top level, I mean, artists
Grammy
to
Awards
perform.
winners.
They had the Doobie Brothers and Michael McDonald. They had, um, what's his name, from England. They had another young gentleman from
Jacob,
England. Can't remember his name.
was it
And
Jacob? Can you hear
and who
me?
was the last one on Saturday? But you know him. He's like 78 years old, but he is. I thought he retired. For them to be able to pay him to come out and perform, that just shows how much Dave is willing to invest in us. And lastly, before I turn over to others, I mean, there's so much, that he shared in terms of things he's doing. There's a lot of things that we haven't seen that he's working on to make sure that this is a legacy company. So now we listen to patches, but there's some things that he's doing that's going to give us more opportunities to earn. So I just want to say that if go to these events, you're going to not only learn, you're going to be able to see and feel, you feel how much David really cares about the people. And again, it was just on display the whole weekend. I'm still on a high and from the event, and I can't wait, to the new compensation kicks in, particular for a lot of people who may not have positioned themselves. So he's making it a lot easier. So, everybody should really, the next 2 months, make this the best 2 months of the business of the year. Back to you, Vidita. I could be on forever
All
sharing all
right,
the things that I
yeah,
got
because
out of it.
I want some other people that were there to get a chance, because it's nothing like being there in person. It's just hard to say, because you're running into people. excited being there. But thank you so much, Derek, for sharing. Can you hear me? Because I was trying to say something and you didn't know.
Yes, I can still hear you.
Okay, good. So anybody else want to share from that
Okay.
went to?
Verdita, this is Monica. I'm not going to show my picture, but
Hi,
I'm
I
going
can
to jump
see
on.
you.
I mean, you can see my picture, but not my live face. How about that? Okay, so yes, it was an absolute wonderful conference. The takeaways that I took away was the most interesting thing, because this is my first conference, is David Smith himself is extremely entertaining and interesting to listen to. He's just a wealth of knowledge, and just all of his speeches and the things that he's working on, such as the drones that he's actually helping to deliver things to different countries that or hurricane victims and different countries that need actual assistance. He wants to actually fly it in via a drone and drop it and give it to the people directly, so there won't be any red tape. I thought that was very interesting, and so many other things that he talked about, but just listening to him was fascinating. And then the second takeaway that I thought was very interesting was the actual Lifeway Now app, like the AI app, that's going to be just a game changer. And then, in addition to within the actual Lifeway Now app, they have the This Is It team unique actual QR scans that we have additional features other than than the other Lifeway members. And so I thought that was very fascinating. And I think it was one of them was the brand partner sign up and a few other things. I did take pictures, but I couldn't remember all the different additional features the This Is It team only has. But I thought that was fascinating that they took that time to give us those unique, special QR codes.
Wow. Thank you, Monica. I know you was I saw you bouncing all around the place. You was really excited and we had every very reason to be excited. Next person up, please.
This is Juanita.
Hey, Juanita.
I was really just felt so special because I'm always looking doing my research and for Elton John to just do an appearance, it costs like 2.5 to $6 million just for him to appear. Then of course you had the Doobie Brothers, and those were 750,000 for them to appear, and the other guy, the first time I had met him uh, was heard about him, and he's like 150, 250. So he spent about a 2 million, $3 million
Just on
just on
entertainment.
entertainment,
Mhm.
and then thinking about the arena, it held like 10,000 people. And if he did ticket sales for 200, just say that, roundabout, probably made maybe like 2 million or whatever in sales. But to rent out that entire arena and all those other facilities that there were just us, nobody else was using it but us, they must have poured about $20 million into that event. And I've been in network marketing for for a long time, and I just have never seen such generosity. Um, they did every single thing that they could possibly do to make us know that we are appreciated,
Yeah.
as brand partners. And for us to have experienced that, for what we did, all of that, just one of those concerts alone could have been $1,000.
Yeah.
So
So that we getting so much value for what it was just unreal.
you don't want to. I tell you what, from that experience, of course I don't like to miss events anyway, because I just, it's about the frequency and connecting, and just the whole mindset of being there and connected and everything like that. But the value of this convention was like, I've never experienced anything like before in my life. And so I know that people that were there were buying those tickets immediately
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
announced it. Everybody was like, I'm getting my ticket right now, because it's going to be in the same place. And if it in any way compares to what we experienced this time, it's going to be off the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
it was
thank you
great.
for sharing, Juanita. But what I would like to add to what Juanita is saying is they open it up immediately. I think it was Saturday and Sunday that we can purchase tickets to the next convention for $149. That's unbelievable. And I think after that, they went up to 169. I may be wrong. But if I were you, see, here's the thing. When you wait months later, I'm not saying the tickets will be sold out, but the prices do go up. They went up to what, 349 or something this time. For you can get something like that for 169, there is just no excuse for you not to be there. This is your business. And especially if you're a leader, you need to be there. You need to be there. And so
The other thing is that when you are a leader and you trying to tell your team to be there, how can you even be authentic telling them to show up if you don't have your ticket? If you haven't committed yourself to the event, there's no way you can be authentic in promoting. And one of the things that they did is, and they always do, is they break down, what your income is going to be like based on the number of team members that you have at the event.
Because they leave and they're excited, that energy, they're excited. If you go and take action right after you leave the convention, that's what they mean. So that's why we're telling you right now, reach out to your team and say, girl, I'm telling you, I hate that you missed it, but don't miss it. Please don't miss it again, because it was so worth it. But I see several more people. Thank you, Juanita. I want to make sure everybody get it who went to the convention. Maybe somebody have a different bullet that they want to share, because I see James Thompson, I see Robin Clark, I see Jessica Scott. Any of you, Monique Dodson, any of you?
Hello. I'm
There's
sorry.
Monique.
It's Monique. Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
Monique.
Oh my goodness. Where do I start? Where do I begin? When you go to an event like that, I want to piggyback off of what Auntie Juanita said. When you add up just the entertainment alone, it just tells you what kind of company that or what kind of organization that you've partnered with. Everything's first class. The code of creation. To say that David Smith is speaking about really important things about helping people and breaking it down, and how he came to get all of these inventions, which was downloaded to him by God, but to bring awareness and actually be the solution. That's one of the things I loved about, even during conference, they kept speaking about being the solution, and LifeWave is the solution. And that resonated with me a lot. We had really great speakers. I thought the women were absolutely phenomenal. And then just all of the information. I love people and I love God's people. So to see all of us in that place, different backgrounds for me with the same goal of helping people, that inspired me, because that looks like heaven. And because of our company and the foundation of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, you know that you're in the right place at the right time, and you're doing things that will actually make a difference. So that's what I took out of it. I love our leadership, even with Steve and Gina Merritt. They are by far, along with the additional leadership we have, of course, with Verdita and Harvey Monk and on, to say that, to offer something after convention, to make sure you get started right away with the tools and the resources so you can go back home on fire. Nobody was doing what we were doing on This Is It team. I didn't see anybody else do what Steve and Gina did, and have all of our remarkable leaders help us on top of experiencing our conference. So I would highly recommend everybody get your tickets. And I'm still on fire. I'm still on fire. So thank you for allowing me to speak, and y'all have a good evening.
All right, thank you, Monique. And who
Verdita,
else?
I have something to say.
Sure, Miss Kelly.
I loved
Hello?
it. I loved every minute of it. Ditto what everyone has said. The one thing I'll add, well, share the light. was the message for our conference this year. And what I loved is during the time when David talked about where LifeWave is going in the future. And when he spoke about transforming from a light technology company to a life technology company, with our X2O getting ready to launch and be available, and having light being able to penetrate throughout our whole body from the inside, penetrating out when you drink just one glass a day of that, and all the wonderful benefits you get with the light. And also the home generation unit. I am super excited about that because that bi-directional power, being able to use clean energy, a 20 kilowatt unit to power your whole home, and then whatever power that is in excess, you can sell it back to the utilities for their grid. I love that. I love that, the drones and the clean energy and how he's going to be using it in the home energy unit and many more applications. If we think about what we have our hands on, and we're talking about creating legacies, LifeWave is the company that you want to be a part of. We want to continue to promote and share with everyone because we will be set up for legacies, for sustainability, longevity, all of that, not just for our health, but for wealth transforming lives. And when you think about clean energy, there's no one else out there doing it with the type of technology that we'll have. So I loved it that it's going from a light technology to a life technology, and I'm super excited for the future. Thanks, Berdita, for letting me
All
share.
right, thank you so much, Kelly, and that means a lot coming from Kelly, who is a quantum physicist. She's all into that technology, guys, so I really appreciate and value her perspective on this. Who else is ready to speak?
I
will speak.
am. Oh, okay.
Jessica, I see Jessica's name. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Hey, Jessica.
My apologies. Good evening. And I feel pretty much the same. I'm sitting here. I'm still on a high from these last 3 days. And there were so many takeaways, some which were already mentioned tonight. But one I have to tell you was the presence of so many different cultures and people from different countries. I had an opportunity to meet with someone on the plane from Taiwan. I met someone from the Philippines, from Japan. And to see this, I've never been a part of a multi-level marketing, first of all, but to be a part of LifeWave, it is a blessing that this was even introduced to me. And I think God chose one of the right people to bring it to. But there were that word, be the light. Everyone out there was the light. From when you were standing in the line of the food truck line, I met a chiropractor, I met a surgeon, I met nurses. We were sharing different patch protocols. Everyone was just so fluid and wanting to share and also share their experiences of how they came to know LifeWave. So that was a big one for me because it was like I went back to school. David is brilliant. On Saturday, I felt like I was in biology class, chemistry, and there was so much to learn. In addition, I love the concept of how he spoke about the cellular guides, but then he broke it down to us as far as how the body receives this and what we need to do. So again, it was entertaining listening to Elton John. That was something that my parents listened to. Got very emotional because it just brought back really good memories to see the money that was invested in this for us. So there's again, and then something that Monica mentioned as well, that LifeWave Now, this being the first multi-level marketing to have an app that's going to basically assist us in channeling through this business, and we'll have our own like personal assistant. So I can go on and on and on. I've been talking about it. I'm watching all my videos. I'm on fire. I went into the comp plan. I'm already seeing the changes. I like what I'm seeing. So it's just a lot, Radita. It was just amazing. And I cannot wait for next year.
Well, thank you, Jessica, and I'm so proud of you for bringing several team members with you.
Thank you.
That was great, and so thank you so much. I know all of us are going to be hitting next level after all of this. There's a couple more people that I see on here, Robin, Clark, and James. Do either one of you want to share anything? I do have a couple other people who've requested I was gonna let the
Yes,
people who attended the conference first to talk. Okay, hey,
yes,
James and Santa.
yes, Verdita, I'm so excited. You know, I come from the world of sports where uh, team is really important. And what I see with this company is real fantastic leadership. So on any team that you play on and participate with, if you don't have good leadership, you're not going to be successful. So from the 2 years I've been involved with LifeWave, I've just seen the leadership continue to grow and to be there to help all of us. You know, I was in multi-level marketing years ago, and I had told my wife I would never do it again because the top leaders you got nowhere close to. Here, David Smith, the scientist and inventor, CEO of this company, is so relatable. And when I heard him at the last corporate event talk about how God gave him a download in the book of Genesis, I mean, I was just done. You know, I didn't care if whoever I spoke to didn't join. I would just say, remember, I'm just planting. And I always thought I was just planting the seed. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Because you can't explain to anyone what you experience at these events. It's just, I just tell people you have to be there. I can tell you about the entertainment, which was phenomenal. I wasn't particularly an Elton John fan, but I loved his performance on Saturday. It was fantastic. I mean, I just, like I say, I was blown away. So I just last couple of days, we got back early yesterday morning. Matter of fact, the person we got a ride from at 12:30 yesterday morning, we we're telling them about it, and they're pretty much ready to go. We just got to give them that extra inch, extra push, and they'll be ready to go. And
All
then
right.
so I'm just excited, and I appreciate you all as our leaders, and so relatable and there to help at any time. So thank you so much, Vidita.
Well, thank you, James. I've got one more person that attended. I got a couple other people I'm gonna let talk after these. Robin, did you want to share anything? You're the last person I see on the list that went to the convention.
Sure.
Robin?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Jerry and I are just getting in, literally. We stayed a few extra days in LA and, you know, trying to talk to some old folks and also talking to some new people about the business. But the song that keeps coming to my mind, because, you know, I'm all into the music, is, I guess it's Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I asked Jerry. It's called Wake Up Everybody. No more sleeping in bed. We got to start thinking ahead. This company, when you realized you were sitting there and over 35 different countries were represented, people were paying over $10,000 per person just to be at that conference. What is the problem? Why aren't we thinking the same way? Why don't we have a forward thinking instead of a backward thinking with our thoughts? Everything everyone has said on this call tonight, I say I'm all on board with that. Ditto. You know, you said it all, but we have got to get our head right. We've got to get in this game because this company is going, it's a multi-million-dollar disruptor in health and wellness. And we've got to get on board. That's all I can say. And it's just an eye-opening. And if you missed the conference, anybody on here who's ever missed a conference, who hasn't made one of the conferences, you got to make it a priority. You know, you plan ahead, like Harold Melvin and the Blue Note. So you got to plan ahead. You got to think ahead, and that's what we got to start doing more of. And each step that we do. So, Jerry, do you have anything to say? We're both exhausted, by the way, but here.
You know, it's difficult. It's just not fair to try to explain it all. And it's not fair for, I think, for our team that could have been there to expect us to be to explain it exactly as it happened. That's just not going to be. I'm going to say, take your time, take a few moments this week, and think out a way to plan ahead. You know, we can all budget ourselves. I mean, there's some weeks before quite a few weeks before the next conference. And what we have to do is just set aside X amount of dollars each and every week. And it doesn't take a lot. $10 here, $15 here, $20 there. And the next thing you know, you'll have your tickets and you'll have you can get aboard and get going and won't be under any pressure. So, I'm just going to say to everyone, please try, please do your best. And, look in the mirror and say, I did my best and I'm being fair to myself about this business. And let's, like Robin said, let's just move forward.
Yeah. But you know what, Jerry, I just want to piggyback on what you said. I don't think it's necessarily lack of finances because you have the opportunity to make money. Got a whole year to plan to go. It's about, it's just a decision and making it a priority. But
Yeah.
thank you for saying that, okay?
Yeah.
But everybody may, people have different reasons or issues, conflicts in their schedules or whatever. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm saying if you're the person who says, well, I don't know if I want to go. If you don't go to the convention, you don't see you really don't see the big vision of this company. This is not the company to miss out on. This is not the company to play around with. We are over time, but I do have a special person that I want to lead her out of Atlanta that was not able to make the conference, but she does have some input that I would like to hear from, and that is Erica McQueen.
Hey, Verdita, how
Hey,
you doing?
I'm good.
Hey,
And
hey,
you?
hey. There were a group of us here in Atlanta that viewed the convention. And I just have to say, the one thing that stood out to me, because it's unlike many other companies in the network marketing industry, is the longevity. I heard it over and over and over again. I heard the people that worked with David for 20 years. And I thought to myself, he must be a pretty cool guy for somebody to stick around for 20 years and really lock arms with him. That blew me away. And then seeing so many leaders who have been there for 10 years plus, and then to hear David Schmidt talk about the future and talk about all the upcoming patents and products. I think, Verdita, a lot of times we think that we have everything. We have our X39, we have all the incredible products, but guess what? He literally is working on something that might just completely blow us out the water again. That excited me. And also, lastly, I just want to say that I am most definitely a Star Trek baby. You would never know that I was someone who watched Star Trek with my dad. And I was very much into it. And so to see Mr. Shatner on there and they doing a whole little video of him was very exciting to me. And so just the partnerships, the investments, the forward thinking, all of that blew me away and everybody was in awe. Thank you. That's all I want to say. I'm out.
Excuse me. Well, listen, you guys, thank you so much. I know that some people did not get the information. I had to change the passcode, as you noticed. So make sure, because I got 3 or 4 phone calls, a text rather, from people who their upline did not forward the text to them. So I'm not sure what kind of way you all communicate, but I'm gonna send the replay out to everybody, but I'm also send it to these people who text me. But just know that we have a whole new passcode because of technical issues. Y'all know what I'm referring to. Thank you all so much, you guys. Go back and listen to this. Let's do these house parties. Let's register for our team, Digital Alliance team, December 5th and 6th. Please do that because we are putting a lot into it. You don't even have any idea what we're doing with that one. And then also make sure you get your convention ticket while it's cheap. And they'll let you get one at a time. You can come back but yeah, if you have to call corporate, whatever you got to do, get the ticket, you guys, and we're going to make some money. All right, let's get these house parties going, but I'll see you all at the top. Have a good one.